talk to us about, obviously the loss of Nate Landman was very huge at that point. Talk to us about, what was going through y'all's minds and how you think it affected y'all's play the rest of the way.
Obviously that's a huge loss for us. Losing one of our brothers on the field. Everybody felt for him. But we gotta have that next man up mentality, and we were relying on the next man to come in there and make the same plays that Nate can make. So going into these next few weeks, that's what we're gonna have to do. He's most likely not gonna be playing with us for the rest of the season. So we gotta have that next man up to come in there and ball for us.
Go to Justin Guerrero.
Derrion, you guys as a defense have been pretty solid this year, just about wrapping up and tackling. But there were a number of times today, especially in the red zone, you guys would get close to Utah's players, especially behind the line of scrimmage, but just fail to come down with them, and it ended up kind of coming back to bite you. Just what was kind of the deal today, just with failing to make a number of tackles?
It's really no excuse for it. Those are plays that we got to make. It's no excuse for missed tackles. We got to make them. That's all it comes down to.
Next is Sean Keeler.
Derrion, Coach said he wanted to see and he trusted that you guys are going to respond, to adversity now that you've had a loss, you've had a tough game, a rivalry game. How do you think this locker room is going to respond? Because you got at least one more regular season game and probably a postseason one after that, wherever it is.
Yeah, I believe we're going to respond well. We have some great character in the locker room. Our whole team has a great mindset, So I know going into this next game, nobody wants to lose, especially not in that way, especially not at home. And I know we're going to respond. I know our coaches are going to respond. So, I'm excited to see how we come out and play next week.
Brian Howell.
Derrion, there was a lot of talk about the Colorado Buffaloes this week and being undefeated and being ranked and all this stuff. I'm curious if the hype got to you guys at all, and just based on all that, what's the mood in the locker room knowing an opportunity is lost at this point?
Honestly, we didn't even think about rankings or anything like that going into this week. We just knew we had to take it a game at a time, and this was another game that was, on our way to what we were trying to do this season, and we just didn't get it done. But I don't think it had anything to do with us being ranked or anything like that. It was just came down to what we were doing on the field, and we just didn't get it done.
And then knowing what was at stake, does that make this hurt even more, knowing that you guys had that chance to possibly secure a spot in that Pac-12 title game?
Yeah, it definitely hurts for sure. We were controlling our own destiny, and we didn't get it done. We didn't execute. Shout out to Utah. They played a great game, and just got to give them their respect. But we got to come out and play better, and that wasn't how we could play. That's not the best we could play. So next game we got to do better.
And then I want to ask you about Utah, because your whole career here, they've really controlled you guys in the last 4 years. What is it about that team that you guys just kind of have trouble with?
Oh, they're just a solid team, just like we are. They're well coached, and they executed better than we did today. We just got to get it done. There's nothing crazy about it. We're both good teams. They just made more plays than we did today.
We'll go to Mark Kisler.
You've been playing this game for a long time, and you know it's violent. You know people get hurt. When you see a brother like that go down, is it a shock to your system? Is it like whatever, man? Emotionally, how does that affect you personally, I guess?
Now, I hate to see it, just because I know how much work Nate has put into this, and I know how much he wants it. So, I felt for him. I really just felt for him. I want him to have a quick, easy recovery, and I want to see him back on the field. But, I definitely felt for him, and, we felt like we had to play for him. And, it's upsetting to know we didn't get it done. So.
Over to Patrick Saunders.
What are your impressions of Ty Jordan? He ran for, I think, 152 yards against you guys. Of course, he had the long run. From upstairs, he was impressive. I'm curious about your impressions of him as a running back.
Yeah, I mean, he's a solid running back, and I believe he's a true freshman, so he has a lot of upside to him. He was solid. He was a good running back. Nothing I feel like it was out of the ordinary that, we weren't ready for. But he's definitely a solid running back. He's a good player.
We'll go to Jack Carlo.
Hi, Derrion. Utah started a lot of their drives with pretty solid field position. Was that like an extra challenge for you guys, or how did your defense kind of adapt to, having to play a little tighter?
It's definitely a little challenge. But, it doesn't change our goal. We want to go 3 and out. And then if not, we want to get the stop. We want to hold them to no points. So, we come out with the same mindset no matter where the ball is on the field. So we knew we had to get stops, and that's what we were trying to do. It didn't really have anything to do with where the field position was at or anything like that.
Anything else for Derek? Okay, I think that wraps it up for Derrion.
All right, thank you.